What is up, people of YouTube? I am DD, it's me, and I am back with yet another video. So as you can read from the title below or above or to the right or to the left, depending on where you are, this video is going to be all about my experience as an Air Force officer. Yes, if you didn't know, it is official. Well, it's been official for about a year now, but I am officially an Air Force officer. I have finally accomplished my goal, and here I am. And also, today is my commissioning anniversary. Today makes 1 whole year that I have been a commissioned officer, which is why I thought this was the best time to put out this video. If this is your first time ever on my channel or seeing my face, hello, I am D. D is me. Well, commonly known now as Lieutenant Weirdness. I am a prior enlisted Air Force officer. I was enlisted for 4 years as a firefighter. I got out, completely separated, went to college, did ROTC, and then commissioned, and here I am. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into this video. All right, so I guess a little life update. I got a new addition to my family. This is Nava. Nava is a miniature schnauzer. He's about, what, 5 months. Actually, tomorrow, yeah, he'll be 5 months. He's not that big. Well, he kind of is big. To be a miniature schnauzer and be this young, he's pretty big, but yeah. So besides that, if you didn't know, I am stationed at J-Bear in Anchorage, Alaska, so Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson in Alaska. I am a logistics readiness officer, aka LRO 21R for all of you tech geeks out there, meaning I handle everything Air Force logistics. Still kind of don't know what that means. I don't know when I'll actually find out what that means, but I just kind of do my job until I, find out what it means. I don't know, logistics was one of those jobs that or is one of those jobs that no one really knows about. Even when I was in ROTC and asking people about what an LRO was, no one could really answer me. I think it's the job that's it's like a thankless job. That's what it is. So it's not one of those jobs where you're on the front line and you're getting thanked and you get a lot of recognition. It's not anything like that. So that's probably why no one really hears about it. But honestly, I love it. I love being an officer. I don't regret my decision at all. I mean, I don't know anyone that actually does regret their decision. I mean, especially with my job. Like, my job is I can do a lot, and my job is very people oriented. So if you are a people person, you should probably look into becoming an LRO, because honestly, that's really like the bulk of my job is meetings and dealing with people, and it's not always at a computer. It's nothing like that. You can walk around, you can talk to people, you can get engaged with people. So yes, if you are wondering if I like my job and I like the Air Force and I like being an Air Force officer, yes, I absolutely love being an Air Force officer. But it definitely comes with the negative. So one thing that I noticed when I was an officer is the officer community is actually very small, like very small. And not only is it small, we're actually pretty tight knit, surprisingly. But what I will say is on the officer side, the marriage rate is extremely high. So to meet other single officers is literally impossible, like literally impossible. I cannot find single officers to save my life. Everybody is married. I don't know what it is. I mean, I guess I kind of see why everyone is married, because on the officer side, it is very lonely. That saying about it's lonely at the top, that is very true. So I guess it just depends on the base that you're at, because if you're at a base that is I guess like in a city or somewhere close to a city, you probably don't have that much to worry about because you can always rely on civilians. But if you're at a base that's small, honestly, it can get very lonely. So what else do you have to do but get married? I'm not trying to justify why officers get married so fast, but in a sense, I kind of understand, I guess. And going back to that lonely part, what I mean by lonely is like, on the enlisted side, you have 30 people in one building to talk to, that you can hang with, all of that. On the officer side, you have like 2, if that, depending on the career field that you're in. Now, if you're on the rated side, meaning you deal with like pilot, ABM, CISO, anything like that, is way, way, way different. I want to say for the first, I mean, I kind of deal with that, but I kind of don't, because I am a people person and I can make friends with a brick wall. For those people that are introverts, ooh, that's hard. I think like the first 6 months here, I wasn't really talking to anyone. I didn't really have anyone to hang with. Every time I would meet somebody, they were always enlisted, every single time. Every single time. But it's just one of those things that come with the territory. I'm glad I'm a little, I guess, older, in which I'm not really that old. I can't imagine being like a 22, 23-year-old officer. I mean, I'm only 26, so it's not like I'm that old. But I don't know, it's something about when you turn 25 that just everything changes. So anyway, let me shift to the weird things, or like the odd things that I just couldn't get used to, that was so weird to me once I officially got to my base and was officially in uniform with the rank on. So let me go back to when I first got here. One of the weirdest things was people standing up when I walk in a room, I thought that was, and still to this day, I think that is the weirdest thing. I am definitely that officer, and you can ask anybody in my shop. I am definitely that officer. When I walk in a room, I'm like, can you just please, just don't do that. Just act like I'm not even here. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you. I mean, I don't think it's stupid, but I guess coming from where I came from as a senior airman, like I was a senior airman and now like I'm a second lieutenant. So it's like, I never even reached the NCO tier. So I don't know what that's like to, I don't know, have someone, I guess, respect you. Like, I don't know what that's like. So when people were standing up for me, I'm like, why are they doing this? Like I think I was talking to my captain. I'm like, why are they doing this? Like, this is so weird. And they're just like, you're an officer. That's what they do. It's weird because it's like, as soon as you walk in a room, everyone stands up and all eyes are on you. And it's like, hey sir, hey. And I'm like, I literally just wanted to say good morning. That was it. That was it. I just wanted to say good morning. That was it. And I think that's another weird thing, is all eyes being on me all the time. Like, I feel like I am constantly scrutinized, like all the time. I'm black for one, I'm an officer for two, so that is like double, like, wait, what? I'm tall, I'm a giant, so I automatically, it's just like these compounding factors that just makes me stand out. And it's just like people stare at me, and like, I mean, I guess I understand why some people stare at me. I'm a black officer. It's kind of like, we're kind of in a sense rare. I wouldn't say rare because it's not rare, but I never really run into other black officers. Just because I understand doesn't mean that it's not weird. Like, it's still weird. So another weird thing for me is, I guess, the whole, like I said before, the scrutiny, like being scrutinized all the time. As an officer, like you are constantly scrutinized because people feel like you just can do no wrong. Honestly, sometimes it kind of sucks because, especially for someone like me that have, you know, that is 100% confident, that don't give a shit about what anybody says about them. I mean, now when it comes to my job, obviously, but like your personal opinion about me, I really don't care. But as an officer, it's kind of hard to say I don't care what anybody has to say about me. That is very hard because you're constantly under pressure. I am not the cookie cutter person. If anyone knows me, you know me, of all people, I am not the cookie cutter person. All right, so another thing that was weird for me was people laughing at my every joke. Like, people laugh at every single joke that I have. I'm like, dude, that was not even funny. The officer side of me was like, why are people laughing? But once I went back to my like enlisted side, it was kind of like, oh, like that's why they're laughing, because they're fake. You deal with a lot of that on the side, the whole fakeness, and I'm not even in a position where I could help you out. So I have been told many times, like, oh, like LT, like you are not the typical officer. Like, and I'm like, what does that mean? I guess that means I just don't take things that seriously, but I don't know. I guess I'm prior enlisted, so, but I don't know. Sometimes that prior enlisted stigma doesn't really stand, because I don't think I've ever met a prior E that was like bad, but I have met non-prior E officers that are, honestly, they're just as cool as prior E officers. I think people just use that as like, in a sense, like a crutch, maybe calm their own pride down because they're so prideful, and it's like, oh, he's an officer and he didn't even enlist. And it's like, I don't know why they say that, because a lot of times I don't see what they're talking about. I guess now I'm on this, I mean, maybe because I'm an officer and they're an officer and I don't see them, they don't treat me the way they would treat enlisted, so I guess that's why I don't see it. But I think the thing is, you just gotta give them a chance. Like, give them a chance, even if they aren't prior E, like give them a chance. Because most of the perceptions of non-prior enlisted officers are, honestly, sometimes they're false. I mean, I guess you can run into like one and that will ruin your, I guess, perception for all of them. And also, side note, you want to know what else is not true? All of these LT perceptions that are going out like, oh, this LT is fishing for a salute. No, the LT is not fishing for a salute. People will really walk past you and do this. They will look you dead in your eyes, dead at your rank, dead in your eyes, dead at your rank, and do this. But when I stop you and I say, hey, where's my salute? It's like, oh, that LT is fishing for salutes. No, I'm not fishing for salutes. You literally just walked past me, you looked at me, and just completely was like, I don't care. But anyway, oh, one thing that I thought on the enlisted side is, once I commissioned, I honestly thought I was gonna take a big fat shit. I'm talking about a donkey shit. I'm talking about an elephant shit, okay? I'm talking about a rhinoceros. Have you ever saw rhinos poop? I'm talking about that type of shit, okay? On all the people in my past. Like, I really thought I was, but now, honestly, I don't even care, I guess. I know a lot of the enlisted that are watching this video now, you probably think that once you cross over, you're gonna be feeling yourself and you can't wait to run into them like one day so they can salute you and all of that. It's nothing like that. I mean, for me, I don't know about everybody else, but for me, it was nothing. It's honestly nothing like that. Like, Now I can honestly care less. I barely even want to salute people because I'm just like, I don't know why. I just don't want to. It's very awkward, actually, very, very awkward. And in all honesty, you don't really have to shit on people because they already know what's up. One of the last things that is very, very, very weird is the weirdness of people and how people act so weird around you. People can't talk to you. People can't like look at you. People can't smile at you. It's just like, with me as an officer, I'm like trying to speak to people, talk to people. And I know another girl that said the same thing. Speak, talk, like try to hold conversation, and people just don't want to talk to you. I don't know why. People just cannot talk to you. It's so weird. I'm like, I'm human. People just don't want to talk. It's so weird. Like, I have tried so many times to hold conversations and I don't know why it just doesn't work. So yes, that is my experience as an officer. Overall, I absolutely love it. Still to this day, I look down at my rank and I'm like, what the, like, I cannot believe I made it. But anyway, if there's something that you want me to talk about, that you just need me to talk about and need me to address, y'all know I'm here to tell the truth. I'm going to give it to you exactly how it is. Feel free to hit me up, DM me, somehow find some way to contact me and let me know what your desires are, and I will try my best to put it in a video. So anyway, that pretty much wraps up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, I will see you guys later.